Hi everybody, Bobby from the Rabbitry Center. Today we're going to do a processing video. Now we don't do a lot of these on YouTube because YouTube doesn't really like it, and if you're a pet person, you need to click off now because this video pertains to raising rabbits for meat production. There's a lot of folks out there that are tired of purchasing meat in the stores because there's so many chemicals in there. You know, there's things like ractopamine and E. coli, listeria, salmonella, all these things are on the rise. And folks now are getting to the point where they're willing to get their hands dirty and raise their own livestock and do it themselves. Put quality, chemical-free meat in the freezer for their families. So if you're interested in that, stick with us. We'll show you how to do it. But we're not going to include the dispatch on this video. Not comfortable with that. But if you've purchased our full course, we do the video is a little bit longer on the course. It does include a couple dispatches and we go into detail. But if you are interested and want to know how to humanely dispatch a rabbit, I can put a video up in the corner. We did one a couple years ago. No rabbits were injured in the making of that video. We used a stuffed animal to demonstrate all the different methods. And if you needed a harvesting tool or a gambrel, we sell a kit. I'll leave a link down below. It's really competitively priced. It's also on our website, therabitrycenter.com. But we're going to show you a method that you can do it in a matter of 4 minutes. It doesn't take long at all. And you know, when I was a kid hunting with my dad, we'd get done and our rabbits, we'd snip the back, we'd pull the fur to the ends, make a couple quick cuts, and that was it. We'd throw the meat in the cooler and head home. We weren't keeping the hide or the liver or kidneys or any of that. So today I wanted to show you a really easy method how to do it. And I had the camera on my head, so it's a really good view and you're gonna get a really good view of the whole process. So if you're interested in that, stick with us. It's only gonna take a matter of about 4 minutes. And again, there's no award for the fastest time, so be sure to take your time. There's no need to go faster in order to try to do it in 3 minutes because I don't want you to cut yourself. So, stick with us. We're gonna walk you right through the whole process. And again, if this is unfamiliar to you, I understand because a majority, about 80% of the country is still living in cities. And there's only a small amount of folks that live in rural areas, and even smaller amount of those that are growing their own food. So, and that's something that we do. We grow our own meat. We've raised chickens, rabbits, and we still raise honeybees and rabbits to this day for chemical-free meat for our family. So, but any questions or comments that you have, please leave them down below. I'll get back to everybody. If you're not comfortable putting your comments on YouTube, you can always email me, bobby@therabitrycenter.com, and I'll answer your email. Here we go. I have my gambrel right here. This is a pretty fancy schmancy one, but what we do is we drop it down so you can see the plastic. And that way I know it's gonna drip right over the bucket. I like to actually tie up each end to make it so the rabbit doesn't move, okay? So I have these paratrooper cords all ready to go. They're actually flexible. This is to clean our knife off. This is to dunk our rabbit. Clean board where I can put my tools. I always sharpen this before I get started. I even sharpen this. Okay, let's go get a rabbit. Oh, and I got a beer too. Next. Okay, so what we'll do now, there's gonna be some shaking, some convulsing. So what we do is we dunk the rabbit, we get the fur all stirred up, and if we had a hose, we'd use that, but it's 60 degrees today, but it's 60 degrees today, but it's also, we still have snow on the ground. So, okay, I got my, you can see the snow is still out. Okay, so I got my apron on. Ready to go. Okay, so first things first is I take the head off. okay? You can keep the ears if you want to dehydrate them. And then we'll raise this up a bit. A little bit of manure. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut up the hocks. Cut up to the hocks, rather. And I'm just gonna make my way around. Oh, let's turn the lights on so we get a little bit of light. So the dispatch is the hard part. Once you get to here, it's a little bit easier, okay? But we're gonna do this in real time today. Now, a lot of times you can take your hands and you can do a lot of this work with just your fingers. But I like to use the knife as much as I can, only because you run into like tendons like that, where things are starting to stick together. And the more you do this, the faster you'll get. You'll be able to feel the tip of the blade a lot easier. You know, when you're starting out, you're almost like scared to touch the rabbit with the knife because you just don't want to mess up. But okay, and what I do is I get far enough away, I get far enough up that hind quarter where I don't have to worry about fur when I go to when I go to cut the hind quarter off, I don't have to worry about fur up there. So I'm gonna get a lot of it. I'm gonna use my knuckles. I kind of do this motion like that to separate the fur. And same thing here. Okay. So now there's enough room right there where I can get the knife in there. You see that light? The knife right up. And then back here, we're gonna just make one little V cut. Pull down a little bit. Now you can take the knife and cut really close to the body like this, and you can get rid of the tail that way, or you can clip it off. It's up to you. Some people have trouble with that little cut right there. And if you're messing with it too long, you could, you can actually spray some urine on you or. Okay, so once the elbows pop out, you can use your fingers to kind of pull these apart. And there we go, just like that. You can take these and right where there's a bend, you can cut. These are nice and sharp. Okay, now we're gonna get in, we're gonna dress. See this little line right here? I take the tip and I just cut towards me. I just do this little tiny cut, just enough to get my finger in there. So now I can get my finger in there and I'll cut between, make a little peace sign, I'll cut between them. Okay, so there we see the pea sac, the kidneys. We can take these kidneys and just put them right in the water. When I touch them, they're really hot. So, all right, and this flank steak, you can either keep it for your dogs, or dogs period, or you can just discard it. Over the years, our dog passed now, so we don't have a dog. Over the years, I used to feed it to Roxy, but I mean, you can eat it, it's just really chewy. I don't recommend it, it's actually not that great. But, okay, so there goes the urine sac. And this is what I do. I make a tiny little score. I don't cut down very much, I'm almost just like grazing it. And when I do that, I can pull and break that pelvic bone. So now that releases the pressure off. Let me get rid of the business here. You can tell it's a male.
I think it's a male plane.
And that releases pressure off the colon, so now I can take the colon. It looks like the rest of the colon already came out. There may be colon left in there, I'm not sure. Trying to get my finger in there. Okay, you can see that there's nothing in there. Now to make this job a little cleaner, some people just don't feed the day before they're gonna process. What I did was I didn't feed pellet, and I just let them eat a little bit of grass just to get them by. All right, so now we're gonna pull everything out. Just kind of grab it and grab onto the liver. You can see this purple liver right here. And you kind of just pull it apart. It doesn't take much force. And then the gallbladder's right here. And it's pretty, you don't have to worry about popping it. You can just pinch it and pull it, and it comes right out. And then you take your liver, put it in the water. Okay, so this is, you grab this diaphragm side, and then you grab this diaphragm. I use this handle for this. Let me rinse my hands off, just so it's not gross. So, pull that apart. So this, you see how I do this? I'll get my hand in there, and I'll grip it just like this, and I pull it right out, okay? I grip this side, and I pull it right out. Then I take my 2 fingers, and I'm gonna hook the lungs and the heart out. And I kind of like grip it. Oh, that was messy. I grip it and I pull it right out. The esophagus didn't come out that time. There, I got a hold of the esophagus. There it goes. Okay, a little messy. That's why it's nice to have a bucket to rinse your hands if you want to. I mean, it's not that important, but this little bit of fat, I'm just gonna get that cleaned up for later. Okay, and this rabbit is done. We're done with one, okay? So I cut right here, I don't worry about it. There's not a whole lot of meat up there. So I'll just cut it off. And I always keep the feet, and you put it right in the water, okay? First rabbit's done. And then you loosen up the feet. I'll put the feet right here. And we go get our next rabbit.